Witches of East End is a 2011 fiction novel by author Melissa de la Cruz and the first entry in her Beauchamp Family series. The book was released on June 21, 2011 by Hyperion Books and follows a family of Long Island witches that are struggling against dark forces that are conspiring against them. Witches of East End is de la Cruz's first adult novel, with her stating that she wrote it with her Blue Bloods audience in mind, as many of them will soon be adults, and that the book takes place in the same universe as the Blue Bloods series. It currently also has two sequels, Serpent's Kiss and Winds of Salem. A television series adaptation, Witches of East End, debuted October 6, 2013 on Lifetime. Synopsis: Johanna Beauchamp has lived off the coast of Long Island for a very long time. She and her daughters Freya and Ingrid are immortal witches, cursed to spend the rest of their days without the use of their substantial powers due to the family's involvement in the Salem witch trials. Johanna has the power to heal and bring the dead back to life. Ingrid can tell the future and weave magical knotwork, while Freya can craft potions and charms. They've spent years hiding their true nature from others, something that provides no small amount of frustration due to how much they want to help others. It's only after Freya becomes engaged to the mysterious Bran Gardner, and somehow becomes unwillingly infatuated with his brother Killian, that the Beauchamps seem to start breaking their curse, and slowly begin to cast magic once again. However, one small spell turns into several as the Beauchamps begin to fall into the routine of using magic. It's through this everyday usage that they discover that a mysterious presence is at work within the town, making the women barren and unleashing a strange silvery substance into the waters and ruining the local wildlife. As Bran is continually away on trips to promote a charitable organization that his family runs, Freya is often left alone with Killian. This closeness eventually culminates in her once again sleeping with Killian after he assists her with a busy weekend at the pub she works at. While Freya deals with the guilt from her affair and the feelings that her affair with Killian brings up, Ingrid is conflicted by her own romantic feelings towards local police officer Matt Noble. Despite exhibiting an interest in her, Matt has begun dating a co-worker, which irritates Ingrid greatly. The townspeople's ailments and the mysterious silver substance in the water eventually prompts Johanna to seek her estranged husband in New York, leaving her daughters alone to deal with the growing unrest in the town as a whole. The family is eventually charged with various crimes involving an attack on a local couple as well as the disappearance of a young woman that was interning at the mayor's office. The Beauchamps eventually discover that the chaos stems from an old rivalry between Lockie and Boulder over Freya, who was then known by the name Frasier. It's also revealed that the entire family are gods from Norse mythology and that the silvery substance comes from the breaking down of the rifts between worlds. Freya initially believes that Killian is Lockie, here to disrupt her relationship with Bran, only to discover that Bran is Lockie and that his trips were not for charitable purposes but to encourage the destruction of the gates between the worlds. Freya and Ingrid travel into the rift to stop Lockie, managing to barely succeed and return home. Once home, they are told that the council has noticed their magic and that if they can avoid getting convicted of the crimes against them, they will be free to practice magic once more. The Beauchamps are cleared of all charges, the intern's disappearance and death being a result of the mayor's obsession with her and the attack on a local couple being the actions of Bran. Freya and Ingrid have both begun relationships with their partners, with the book ending as Freya's brother approaching her for assistance in capturing Boulder Killian, who he claims tricked him into being imprisoned for the destruction of the Bifra paragraph St, which was done by Boulder. Reception: critical reception to Witches of East End has been mostly positive, with Entertainment Weekly giving the book a rating of B+. The Los Angeles Times commented that the book was not perfect, but that it still managed to cast a spell. Criticisms for the novel included a clumsily executed resolution, and too much arcane gobbledygook, while praise for the novel centered around the mixture of mythologies gelling magnificently, and de la Cruz's depiction of the Beauchamp women. Television series. In 2012, Lifetime announced their intentions to film a television pilot for The Witches of East End with 20th Century Fox and Pacific 2.1. Filming for the pilot took place in Macon, Georgia and Wilmington, North Carolina, with Julia Ormond starring as Johanna Beauchamp. Rachel Boston and Jenna Dewan Tatum were later announced as being attached to the pilot. playing Ingrid and Freya respectively. The pilot will loosely adapt the book's plot, with one change being that Freya and Ingrid are unaware of their magical powers or heritage. References